Massively cutting taxes, massively reducing regulation. How's he going to do this?
That's a good question. It may be a huge issue for him. He can cut taxes, and Republicans love to cut taxes, so he's got congressional support for it. The problem is he's going to create a massive hole in the deficit if he does. The proposals he has suggested, according to the right-leaning Tax Foundation, would leave, even under dynamic scoring, the idea that tax cuts feed into economic growth, a $2.6 trillion hole in the deficit. And a lot of the Republicans were elected on the idea of not increasing the deficit. So he's going to have some trouble convincing people up on Capitol Hill to go through with this.
So you're a business leader and you hear things like this. You have to train and an investor. You train yourself to ignore it, or do you start to, how do you factor that into your thesis?
Well, you really can't make any decisions right away. You look to see what he does rather than what he says. He's said a lot. Now he's in charge. Now he has to govern. Now he has to make this happen. A lot of analysts up on Capitol Hill saying that it is going to take until the second half of the year before we see any real outlines of a tax plan going through, because they're going to be stuck on Obamacare for quite a while. And just the technical nature of how these things move through Congress is going to preclude them from doing tax legislation right away.
Michael, business leaders might wait. Investors haven't. So the bar's pretty high for him. And as David said earlier, over-promising and then under-delivering. When you promise big things like this, it's going to be difficult to deliver, isn't it?
Well, it's interesting because there were two responses to his inauguration speech. One was dark and terrible. The other is he set a very high bar for all the things he's going to do. He's got two issues. One, do people believe him, or do they give him a pass? A lot of voters have done that. And second, will he be able to get it done with his low approval ratings?